think that's picking up on the microphone. Evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Doghouse Tavern. Hope everyone's having a good Friday night, having a good drink, enjoying some relaxing time on this holiday weekend. We're kind of just gonna free ball it here, I guess.
Is there any other way?
I do have a friend across the bar this evening. Say hello, Brian.
Hello, Brian. Professional smartass at your service.
He's here for your dining and dancing pleasures every 7 days a week.
If you're a tip your waitress, try the veal.
Not a veal. Oh. Just a little about this channel as we're kicking off this new venture here on the world of YouTube. The Doghouse Tavern channel is kind of going to be like its own little television network, I guess would be the right way to put it.
I'll call it a variety show.
Since I have the ADHD of a 2-year-old, well, I don't know. I was going to make an analogy there, I just lost it. Since I'm let's put it this way, I have the attention span sometimes of a flea. And interest in making hobbies. For no apparent reason of making hobbies.
You got that lovely dose of autism where you find too many hobbies to do, spend 3 months getting balls deep in them, and then get bored.
No, it's more like that's more like that.
That's my touch of autism.
I said mine's more like Jimmy DeResta. I wanted to know how to do a little bit of everything. And I don't have to be an expert at it, but just enough to do something if I need to do it for something. Like if I want to learn how to make a knife, I want to know how to make the leather sheath and everything that goes along with it. So these lives are kind of just going to be part of the channel, just something fun to do on the weekends and stuff like that. There's going to be other content I intend to post on this channel as time goes along. These are kind of just kind of a fun way to kill some time and hang out with the fan base when we get there. Normally I have a chatty person, but today just brain isn't.
Yeah. Normally I got no problem coming up with something to talk about either, but after this week at work, my brain's shot.
I know one thing that's had my attention for the whole week. The Artemis launch the other day.
Yeah?
That was interesting to watch.
I didn't get a chance to watch it. I probably should have.
We sat out here and watched the live stream on the big screen behind you.
Considering if I read the post correctly, the Cummins company helped build one of the sections of the rocket.
Mm-hmm. I like how they. What did I see? The day after they launched, they discovered something broke on the toilet.
Yeah.
And then
that could be a shitty situation in that several miles into orbit.
But the lady astronaut mission specialist is the one who fixed it.
Who knows?
Think of all those Apollo pilots who were jealous because they have a bathroom. All the Apollo guys had diapers.
That's a shitty situation.
Somewhere Neil Armstrong was like, "We never got a toilet."
Times have changed.
I'm sure back then they didn't have the. Is it going to be on-site toilet technology for something that small?
Yeah, they didn't have the disposal technology. Back then, men were men, sheep were scared, and there was nothing to go in your bottle. Jump on it. We'll try and keep it into a bottle afterwards. That would have been interesting.
I've actually oddly always wondered how did they go to the bathroom?
Briar was just a diaper.
Right. I mean, now though, like, do they? I imagine.
I believe Normally, if it's got to take a leak, it's a tube with slight vacuum,
That's up. Little.
which actually I believe they had that back already on the Apollo missions. At least the longer term ones.
Just imagine you can't have Taco Bell under an hour.
No. Granted, most of their stuff was in a tube. Now I think it's basically MREs.
No, they one thing that I saw was I was watching a live stream off and on when I had nothing to do at work that day. They talked about the food. It's still in like a toothpaste tube, some of it. But like the menus they had is interesting. Like one of the choices they had was like barbecue brisket and burger, something like that.
Jeez.
It's like high class baby food a bit. Huh? They even have a thing, I guess, to warm it. It's like the size of a suitcase.
Mm-hmm. There's a little hot water thing. There's hot water around it to warm up the tube.
Oh, hey, we got some people.
Sorry, not paying attention to the chat.
Oh, rookies here, pardon us. Guidelines?
Don't be a dick.
Yeah, basically. But other than that,
Thanks for. I see Cass in there. Thanks for heading everything up while we weren't paying attention.
what are we drinking tonight? Let's see. I got a glass of lager and a Christian Brothers and Coke.
I'm a much simpler creature. I'm just rocking some hard Arizona. Can't drink beer, so I'm kind of limited.
Did you want ice for that?
It's already cold.
So what's everybody else up to this fine Friday evening?
Hate to say anything offensive, please. Some of the shit that comes out of our mouths.
I have a sign over here on my bar. I doubt you could see it, but it says, if something offends you, please let us know. We could all use a good laugh. So,
Let's redneck illumination. I don't know if we can get up there with the camera or not.
nah, it's just another red light.
Take our word for it.
Sounds fun. Yeah, there's a weather guy I watch on YouTube that was talking about some of the weather you guys are having out there the last couple of nights. You weren't near any of the tornadoes that were blowing through yesterday that I thought he was talking about. I don't know if they had any, but I know they said there was like tornado warnings and stuff out that way.
Well, that's good to hear. Never met you, but I don't like to see anybody having to deal with tornadoes. Spent too much time cleaning up after stupid shit happens.
Seems like here every day they've been calling for rain, 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 and it tinkles a few seconds and then stops. You get this into here eventually.
Yeah, by the time we figure everything out, it'll be time to call it quits for the night.
I need to get a better camera, probably. Or figure out the one that I have on me.
Baby steps.
True.
Maybe it's mounted up there to the rafter. Then we got the whole bar.
We had a snowstorm in '73.
I wasn't even close to being a thought.
Same here.
Not by 15 years. Granted, I do remember snowstorms much later than this.
You know what? Now that you mentioned it, I remember my birthday's at the end of May. We didn't get a snowstorm, but I remember waking up to go to school, like I think on my fifth or sixth birthday, and it flurried in the morning. And I think it was a Friday because after I came home, we had something on my front or one porch with a couple of birthday presents quick that were dropped off, and it started flurrying again. And then the next week, it was like in the 80s area. It's like,
I also remember being in a snowstorm on the 4th of July. Granted, I was out in Montana up in the mountains. But it all depends where you're at.
well, age is just a number.
May not be physically that old, but God, do I feel it most days. Granted, we got one guy I work with. We joke with him that he babysat Moses. So
I remember the first car dealership I worked for, the one salesman that used to joke his first cars he sold were Model Ts. He was a nice guy. I don't know what ever happened to him.
who's that?
He was gone before you worked there that short time. They had health issues and stuff.
Sounds like he might have been a fun one though.
Oh, he's one of those old guys that had zero fucks to give, and was like the old school kind of guy that didn't care. And he wasn't afraid to throw you a few bucks if you did something in a bench for him. Okay. Which is always good. Free money, you're never gonna complain.
No.
That's why I started using that. The hell's it called? That Up app or whatever. You get money back for getting gas. Well, funny enough, the last two times I got, because the way I drive around, I think I got gas. I end up getting gas every week. I get paid every other week. Last week I got locked out of the pump at $74.50. Now this week I got locked out at 75 even. So I don't know if it happened to time out last week that I had that much extra gas that it timed out, or it was supposed to stop at 75.
I think the auto kick is 75.
It depends though, because the SIT code that's down on where you would pass the Chestnut Hill Diner.
Okay.
On the left there, when the gas was like $4.50, $5 a gallon there for a short spell.
Oh Jesus!
I locked that pump out at $125. That's the most I've ever paid for gas since I've been driving. So
I've never had a vehicle with a tank that big.
yeah, well this one's small.
Actually, no wait, my van had I think it had a 16 or a 20. I don't think I ever paid more than 75 until that.
This Ram has a 21 gallon tank on it, I think. My old Ram that I had, that red one, was 22. But that thing had such shitty gas mileage, I was only putting gas in it twice a week.
Right, that old AMC I had was really good on gas for what it was. It was for 78, I was getting mid-20 city out of it. The old carbureted 6.
I don't know about everybody else out there who's ready for the gas to come back down a little bit. I mean, it's bad enough I lived in a tourist area, so gas goes up this time of the year to begin with. The lovely Pocono Mountains.
Then I got to deal with all the assholes coming through the Poconos. It's just up there.
Yeah, I just saw it and it popped away. I don't know, was it me? I don't think I have chat moderation turned on.
I don't think so.
Unless it's on by default. I always turn it off.
I didn't see anything in there that would.
I think it's an option on my side. I'd have to check.
I mean, I didn't see anything in there that would have been remotely questionable.
And it would have said chat removed, so it wasn't anything like
Yeah, he's not bad.
There's technology, I guess.
Yeah. Our greatest help and our biggest bane. Huh.
So what's everybody's plans for Easter? Hanging out with family on Easter? I'm waiting for bars to close at 2 a.m. and I'm gonna hop across the park. Oh jeez, Mike. Really?
When am I getting views of something stupid from Survivor?
Sounds like a Monty Python sketch.
Yeah, that too. Well, if you're gonna do that, make sure whoever's filming it turns their phone horizontal so we get the full experience.
And multiple angles if possible.
Yes. Right. I did one of the few videos I did on TikTok that actually got a good reception. Was that on Black Friday a couple of years ago? Yeah, I've already, it's like 9 a.m. I'm going grocery shopping. I already heard of several fights at the mall. If you happen to see this kind of antics, at least turn your phone sideways when you start recording so we can get the full picture.
Speaking about that, before you got here tonight, I was looking at something on the phone and someone evidently jumped off a third, fourth, fifth story of the building on an old folks high rise or something in Alabama.
Wouldn't surprise me if that is Alabama.
But it was one of those videos posted without context. There's some person filming all these cops and ambulances sitting outside the place, and they had to read through the comments. And someone said they supposedly knew someone who ran the building, and someone jumped out of the window on the fourth floor or something. Not a great way to start your holiday, I guess.
Good way to end it.
I think it's not the fall that kills you; it's the sudden reversal momentum at the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Oh, drop your cigar, man. Where would one acquire a bunny suit? Because I have some antics in mind, and that might help.
I mean, it's 2026, man. Amazon probably.
In this size, I doubt it. I can find a Santa suit in this size because Santa's supposed to be a fat ass.
True. Two things you don't trust in this world: skinny Santa Claus and a skinny chef.
Exactly. Although I am more prone to trust a skinny chef than a skinny Santa. Because they might just be one of those lucky assholes with good metabolism.
Fair point. I'm a big
I know you don't get a good look at me from that camera there. I'm like 6'2", 4'10". I'm not exactly small.
Sounds like my problem with most clothes. Although I'm at the odd size. Either it's too small or it's too big.
Yeah, I was looking at
Oh, yeah,
just some weird shirts on Amazon. Not on Amazon. They showed up on Facebook. I was looking at getting a couple. The biggest they went up to was a 3X. Like, no. I need a 4 or a 5.
and then I had the opposite. I remember one time I'm at Cabela's, I was looking to get a camouflage shirt or two, and they had. I usually wear 3, 4X if I can get in a tall or something, because I need the longer shirts. But it's like it went 2X tall, 4, 5, 6X. I'm like, and then there was like a 10X. I'm like, if you're wearing a 10X shirt, why don't you just buy a Target? Last time I saw something that much
To quote Gabriel, big, healthy, husky, fluffy, and damn!
Oh, that was that other one.
Oh, hell no!
That too.
6'4", 285. Okay, so you got me by a couple inches in height, but I haven't seen 285 since middle school, dude.
I was always kind of a chunky fella.
Yeah.
Although I've taken a couple pounds off in the last few months. Actually down to pant size.
Granted, the size I was when I graduated high school, coaches were begging me to play football.
Yeah, that's always the thing. Yeah, you can play football. Yeah, but I'd like to keep my brain box in bed. I like football, but
I mean,
plus, in my attention span, I'd be the guy that screws up the play and makes the highlight reel because I zigged when I should have zagged and then someone broke my quarterback's leg or something.
granted, my entire time in high school, we were pretty much a powerhouse, and sadly, I was in the band, and the band got hurt more than the football team did.
Oh yeah, you went to Northern Lehigh.
Yeah.
I went to Lehigh. We had flashes in the pans of brilliance, and then. But yeah, it's football. What are you gonna do? You can't win them all.
I'm guessing these are both two from Spoonman.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been in there for a while, but I don't get to watch many of the lives. I don't know too many folks.
Kelly and Mike are from Iowa. Kelly's originally from Pennsylvania, but they live out in Iowa. They come in every summer for the Spoonapalooza.
Well, hopefully I'll get to meet you then. My plans to get out there this year. Considering I live less than a mile away from him. Could fucking walk if I wanted to.
I don't know if I'd want to walk on those roads in the dark with what people drive.
I grew up on those roads. I'm fine.
Fair point. Santa Fantasy.
Yeah, there are some twisted people out there in this world.
I always say I don't kink shame. I just kink ask why.
I don't shame, but I will judge.
Well, that too.
Believe me, some of the people I know, I don't bother asking why.
I don't even bother asking what it is. Yeah, right. Quiet, he says.
Again, I don't get to pop in very often. Usually, if I pop in for a live, I'm up here with Mike, and he's got the live going on his phone. I got it on mine, and the audio being out of sync drives me nuts.
That's why you pick one phone and mute one.
What's the matter, Fred?
Kelly thinks she might actually know you.
Oh?
She said, I think I know Brian, but I could be wrong.
Where from, Kelly? Yeah, family's born and raised in Palmerton. I grew up on the south side of the mountain down in Slakeville.
Two. Maybe you could make it three. I have one.
No, I don't do a kill, sorry.
Why not? You don't like to let the boys breathe their own time?
I do, but at my own home.
All you got to worry about is the sudden up draft.
I also like buckets.
You got a sport in the front of it. Or you buy those newfangled utility kills, which are like.
Look, if I'm gonna buy a kill, it's gonna be one of the fucking no mix firefighter ones.
Just the fact that they make something fireproof that's a kill kind of makes me go, what's the point? The fire's going to come up between your legs and burn crotch.
It's a thing to just show off your firefighter.
I have to see if I fit into mine again. So to be determined if it fits on my big ass.
I might go a step further if I can find them and just go straight to later roast. Did you go to Northern Lehigh? There weren't too many restaurants in Pullman. I'm trying to think which one it was.
Give me 1 second, sorry.
Technical difficulties.
No, I just wanted to close. Small world.
Nothing new. Sorry, Kelly, I'm doing a little snooping here.
It says Northampton. It's not longer there, but it used to be where Claude's Creamery is now.
Oh, okay. Well, the fact that we got 3 mutuals, including Jake Thompson, I'm not too worried. Good people left.
I think I only ever ate at Claude's once.
I go there for ice cream every now and then.
You also lived down the street from me.
Oh, yeah, I know. I live right in town.
Even when I worked in town there, I don't think we went there.
I also have a small town that I take for walks that have to full of ice cream. So, take my daughter out for a treat. Claus is usually it. Yeah, that's weird. I just gotta go with the celery.
Celery?
Yeah,
I mean,
that was weird.
not a sign of something. I mean,
Yeah, nothing wrong with Tony. I live the other end of town, so. Yeah, I do like a good grease pie from Tony's once in a while.
I grew up in Lehigh, and I was always pizza come over me.
I grew up mostly in Slade, so Mama's a Valley.
Now the pizza's still open, right?
Yeah, they've moved.
Oh, that's right. They moved into what used to be did they move like to the building next door that was like the Chinese place or something?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because their old restaurant's on Taco Bell.
You've known Reed that long. You got me by a long way then. Jake's only a couple years older than me. Matter of fact, he was my captain back when I bowled league for many years. Which reminds me, I gotta go in there and pay Jake a visit.
That was always our thing on like a Saturday. Cause going out to Mahoning, you'd go to the Pizza Co, have supper, have either Nino special or slice of pizza or something. Also, speaking of, happy to see they're finally repairing those bleachers.
Yeah, it's rather bright. With the nice bright yellow pine. At least we're not seeing.
Yeah,
Red.
Yeah, we got to figure those grandstands. those grandstands were originally built when I was born.
Yeah, they got me by a couple of years.
Because I think they said some of that lumber was like 38 or 40 years old. I'm like, I believe it. The last time I was there, I thought it was gonna fall through a stack.
I've never been there for a race.
They were supposed to have a practice tomorrow, but I guess they delayed it because they're still working on the bleachers. They didn't want people walking through their construction site, I guess.
Last name might be familiar. There's not too many Billheimers, and sadly, I'm related to all of them. My grandfather was a teller at the Walport Bank for a bunch of years. Unless he ever worked at Paris Neckwear Accessories.
Part of my boy Fred, he must have saw something out.
Or maybe by some dumb chance, you know my dad or my aunt. If you do, my condolences.
That's positive.
I haven't talked to my dad in
9
years.
That's right. I forgot.
My aunt about actually longer. Last I knew, she was living in a tree out in Montana.
A tree?
A tree.
Like a tree house or just a tree?
A house built in a tree. She's still Nutty B living in a tree.
I mean, that part okay, but I'd live in a tree house. Remember the Donkey Kong game on Super Nintendo? Remember the one level where it looks like the Ewok village? Yeah. I would live in something like that, connected set of huts and houses and trees. Figure out a way that you don't even have to come down more often than you have to.
So you just want Cranky Kong then?
Huh?
Are you going to start calling it Cranky Kong?
No. Cranky sometimes as it is. That is an advantage. It's kind of how I feel about out where I live. I grew up in the Lehigh, live out in the Effort area now. I don't know anyone other than the few people I work with.
Yeah, that part for me is I can't go anywhere in Carbon County without somebody recognizing me as part of my mom's family.
I mean, it has its negatives too. Family being a little retarded and stuff, but not cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I plan on being there. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be there. I don't work on weekends, so I know I'll probably. In fact, I know I'll be there because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have my wife try to drive me home again because she loves driving my big truck. I don't know if she's in chat here.
I haven't seen Cat pop in for anything in a while, so I don't know. Looks like there's 4 people in chat, and I'm guessing.
Which one of my puppies is wondering?
Fred.
What's up, pup? Every time I hear this song, I think it's Deadpool pulling a knife out of his head. You want to catch it?
I gotta sit and watch those movies again. Actually, watch the first one again. Actually, watch 2 and 3.
We bought the movie Logan a long time ago. I still haven't watched it.
I have a bunch of movies like that I bought and never watched.
Yeah, I know. I do too.
Cast in the chat.
Which means I'll have to spend the next day trying to get my seat back to normal. After March Madness, that took me like till Tuesday or so to get my seat back where I prefer it.
I still haven't got it quite right from when I let her sit in mind to think about test driving it.
Still not as bad as when I was a detailer and we had that someone traded in when the Kia Niros first came out.
Oh Jesus!
The lady bought it, drove it for a few months, and traded it back in because it was too big for her. Because she made Cassie look tall. The lady had the seat all the way up, because we had full power seats.
And then put blocks on the pedals.
Well, not quite on the pedals, but she had to put a block on the floor so she could put her heel on the floor to reach the gas pedal comfortably.
Jesus.
Because I went to go move it, and I thought I finally had everything. Then I put my foot down, like, what is on the floor? Here's a chunk of 2x12. I'm like, well, that'll work. At least the lady had a sense of humor, though. She had a bumper sticker on the back of the car that said, "Warning, I'm an Asian driver." Like,
You told me about her. About her.
Well, you gotta love people who have a self-deprecating sense of humor sometimes. Yeah, we're not far off from swimming pool. When did Jason say it?
June?
June, yeah. So it's only 8-10 weeks away.
Yeah.
It's already the 4th. Oh, tomorrow's already the 4th of April. No, today's the 4th of April. No, tomorrow. Today's my mom's birthday.
Happy birthday, Mom. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make it out there this year.
It's fun.
If
Don't forget about your ducks.
Crack bang?
Yeah, you gotta buy a duck or two for the duck race.
Of course. I gotta make sure I get shit paid off so I have money to burn now. Or hope that I get full bonuses the next 2 months.
I'm just glad it's finally warm. Just the back and forth the last couple of weeks was like a.
The weather's been a goddamn yo-yo.
But when you get like those really warm days and then the next day it's like half the temperature was the day before, it's
Mhm.
like, it pulls at your heartstrings. It's like, come on.
Yeah, especially I go to leave for work at 7 in the morning and I left my coat in the car the night before because it was 70 when I got home from work.
The problem for me is that the old Doghouse Tavern here is a shed that's not super well insulated. It stays warm in here somewhat, but when it gets really cold, we shut down for a few weeks.
Shut down for a couple of months this year.
Well, that's also because the door was frozen shut.
Semantics.
They could only stand shoveling out the whole backyard and make a path back here so long before it's like, you know what? I can live until it thaws.
Make the path out once, get the few bottles that you want inside, be done with it.
I didn't even do that.
Oh, damn.
This was meant to be more of a fair weather bar with an outdoor cooking spot that needs some finishing.
You and me are alike in that way. Everything is always going to be a constant project. It's never going to be finished. We're always going to find something else to do, add, fix, change, upgrade.
Well, I'd like to get that done at least this year, amongst other little things. We learned from last year, the way the sun sets over here, you need to have a shade up on the side of that thing. Because the minute that sun gets to where it's shining over the roof of the house, you're like, feel like you're under the magnifying glass and you're an ant. Help me. Fred, what is
Oh,
it?
you got always having the cheese tortellini on there. One of my favorite mates. What's up, Fred? What you yapping at?
My neighbors are probably out wandering around.
Come on, get in here.
It's warm out.
Come on in, buddy. So we got to see if we can get Jason up here to do Who Made on Tour.
Yeah. I'll have to wait till this dry up is over.
Did I say now?
Actually, I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, I don't have near the collection he does.
No, but you have a very eclectic collection.
It's also very cheap, some of it. I don't buy the price.
Cheap doesn't mean bad.
Yeah, I know. It's affordable. Sometimes the cheap stuff is better than some people give it credit for.
Absolutely. I like my Woodford, but I'll buy the 1792 cheap, half price bourbon. I'm not gonna go.
No, Kelly. I got two basset hounds. One named Fred, one named Freya.
Freya will come near me, so she's nowhere near him.
She's probably in the house snuggled with her mother at the moment. Fred's right here waiting for a cookie. Or pretzel or something.
Fred, pretzel? Hey, you.
Yeah, it's Fred.
Fred, pretzel?
Fred, go see your Uncle Ryan. He has a pretzel for you.
Here, buddy. There you go. Now you realize I have something for you. Good job. Hi, Freya.
But both of my bassets have one thing in common. If they hear a flea fart out in the woods behind the house, they go out and bark at it. But if King
Fred.
Tom's knocking on the door, half the time they stay asleep. At least Fred, anyway.
She's not barking at me, so.
Baby steps.
She's baby steps.
At least it's not like when we had Thor and he peed on you that one time.
You were just excited.
You were already there for like a half an hour when it happened, though.
Oh, well.
Yeah, she is. She's sitting out here on the deck staring at Brian like, who the hell is this guy?
She's looking at me like, I want to come, I want to be friends, but I'm too scared. I did throw a pretzel to her, she ate it, so.
Well, that's a step of improvement. She doesn't always like letting you give her treats. Oh yeah, they are. The funny part is with Fred is he's the stereotypical basset hound. Some mornings he'll get up, have breakfast, go outside, have a shit, bark at something, come in the house, and go back to sleep.
Then have second breakfast. He's a hobbit.
No, he doesn't.
Oh yeah, bassets are definitely cool until all 70 pounds of Fred
Wants to climb on you.
Yeah, decides to turn you into bed, like he did out here. That was last week. That was 2 weeks ago.
Freya's no better.
She's a quarter the size.
Till she gets fixed in a few months, and then she'll start packing the weight on. And if she's anything like her mother, she'll be bigger than Fred. Because the females in their family were about the 8 months longer and about 5 pounds heavier.
Oh boy.
But she likes to sit on the top of Freya likes to sit on top of the sofa like a cat. So I hope if she does get pudgy, she figures out she can't do that anymore.
She's not going to. Bassets aren't necessarily known for being graceful. At least as far as I know.
No. I mean, there was that couple weeks, not probably a month ago, when we had that really cold weekend. It was like below zero without the heavy winds.
Oh yeah.
I had to take Fred to get his nails trimmed. I felt like the literal snowman from Smokey and the Bandit. I was freezing my ass off and trying to pick him up to throw him in and out of my truck to get his nails glued.
Hey, bud.
He's like, Dad, there's new things here because we took him to a new place to get his nails clipped. And he said, there's new things to smell here. I'm like, it's 2 below zero without the wind howling. Get your butt inside.
Come on, let's go. I'll get you a cheeseburger.
Now we came home and he fell asleep. All the excitement.
You do have an exciting day, Fred.
I must have liked that song when I wasn't paying attention or I was drinking.
I'm not going to judge your musical taste. Lord knows mine are weird.
The Baywatch theme song?
It might have been what was on the video at the time.
No. It had to pop up in YouTube Music because that's the only thing I listen to music on YouTube on. I don't use the YouTube for it. which I don't doesn't matter anymore. That's the thing I don't understand with YouTube Music lately. There used to be like a clear divide between the two apps, but like things I've liked with music on YouTube because they're like hour-long videos or say like a soundtrack to something, now they're popping up on here, which is okay. But when a video is formatted for YouTube where you could skip through the timestamp versus having a 2.5 hour track of music that you can't skip through, I guess we're not getting rain tonight.
No, the rain will hit when I go home.
No, if it didn't do it by now, it said there's like a 54% chance of a thunderstorm at 9 o'clock.
So an
10:30.
hour and a half ago. Well, hey, if the weathermen are as right about times like that as some of my customers are, talked to one of my customers, and I sent him an email, hey, I need some information. He said, all right, I'll call you in about a half hour. That was at 2. My phone rang at 4:15. Damn, that was a long half hour.
If that's a half hour, I guess Rome really was open today.
Yeah. My sales area is Pittsburgh, but Dan covers a lot of stuff that they do. His company does out here in New Jersey and whatnot. Now his kid works in the next aisle over from me. So whenever Dan does something weird or stupid, I gotta go over and give his son shit for what his dad does.
See, I'm glad I just play with cars all day. I don't have to deal with customers. I don't have to deal with people other than 5 seconds a week with my boss. Or 5 seconds a day here and there. I kind of fly on autopilot unless I gotta go pick up a car from who knows where.
Most of my customers aren't bad. It's when I'm trying to tell them what the architect said needs to happen is physically impossible.
Evidently, I forgot that Honda discontinued their EV car, the Prologue.
Yeah, then they bring out another one right away.
It's coming out, I think, the end for the next model year.
Okay.
Currently, they're discounted $15,000 from 68 down to 50 something, or 50 something to 40 something. I forget.
Okay, so at least 35,000 more than I want to spend on the vehicle.
Yeah, but the Prologue is half GM because Honda and GM are working on it.
I didn't necessarily want the GM that I have. But what they had that I could afford.
Well,
I still can't afford it.
So here's a shit kicker I laugh about though. It was GM that said, "See you later" to Honda because they wanted to go work with someone better. So they went with Hyundai and Kia. I'm like, so I've understood GM has a problem right now with some of the new cars blowing motors and having motor issues. So they're working with the perfect company.
Yeah.
You worked at Kia for a little bit like I did, and you've seen the problems they had with their cars.
Yeah, we had, 12 or 13 souls stuck out in the lot waiting for an engine?
Not Souls. I think at that time it was Souls, but it started off with I can never remember the car. Sportage.
It was the same engine as the Soul, wasn't it?
Sort of the same architecture, I think. But it was more prevalent on the Sportage. Now I guess I heard someone say now they have the Tellurides coming in with the same problem. Because someone traded in a Telluride in our dealership that had really low mileage on it, but it must have been someone that started having engine problems and they didn't want to deal with it.
Fair.
Because they took it in our garage to certify it to try to resell it, and the mechanic's like, "It's got an engine knock, don't even bother. Send it to the auction, let the wheels deal with it."
Yeah, these are dangerous.
They go down like water, eh?
Uh-huh. Granted, I'm not really feeling anything because they're essentially a beer. But
It depends on the beer.
you're average.
Average.
You're average. But, either 22-ounce cans.
This is true. Oh, this has more alcohol than that. I think those are 12. Yeah, 12.
This tastes a lot better than the watermelon one does.
I prefer sweet tea, so anything.
Well, that's what this one is.
I see that doesn't fit. I can read left.
Well, you did go really high.
Yeah, and I'm smarter than the average person.
You can keep your Suburban. I want to go back to my Mopar.
Funny how, as long as you take care of them, all the older cars last longer than any of the new ones.
Yeah, my old buddy, his dad had a, say it was early '90s Ranger. He had close to 400,000 when he finally kicked.
Although, to be fair, the one sales guy, I think, had someone trade in a early 2000s or 99 Honda Civic with 500 and some thousand miles on it.
I remember that car coming through.
No, I'm talking about now.
Oh, I remember, I think a $500,000 Civic coming through with,
Oh. I mean, any car, no matter the badging on it, as long as you take care of it, should last you.
And Shaggy looked absolutely terrified when it came around because the engine was in good shape. The rest of it, not so much. I think that was the one that had the I-beam for a front bumper.
Oh, yeah.
You remember which one?
It always seems like those Asian cars, the motor will be running fine, but the rest of the car will rot away from it. You'll just have the motor sitting there in your driveway.
Don't let the floor pans, rust out, Flintstone it.
No, you do like the rat rod guys do. You go find an old street sign, put a street sign in your front door. Probably thicker sheet metal than the factory uses.
Probably. I can probably get thicker sheet metal to work.
Did I tell you about the Cybertruck I passed a couple weeks ago?
Was it painted like a dumpster fire?
No, it was. They blacked out the stainless steel, and it had like a flat black on it.
I see one of those downtown a lot.
Well, this one had a Jersey tag on the front, so I'm assuming it's around here somewhere, obviously, because we're so close to Jersey.
The one I see downtown has Pennsylvania tags.
But this one was towing a trailer with a mini excavator on the back.
It had the balls to do it.
It went around the roundabout about as fast as I could go around the roundabout with no trailer and a truck.
You're fair.
I worked for Lowe's for a short time, and we had a contractor who would use those Cybertrucks for his contracting business. 12 sheets of drywall and stuff in it.
I saw the joke once. I just can't unsee it. That it's just a Pontiac Aztec with PlayStation 1 graphics. Although, did you see Brian Herrera's video? He turned one into a warthog. If you ever played Halo?
I can't say that I have, but I'm being an Xbox kid growing up. I've always seen everything for Halo.
Well, they did one with
I know what the Warthog is.
Gun pedestal mount in the back. I'm like, okay, that's an acceptable use for the Cybertruck.
I love the people who don't understand what he's trying to do.
Oh, I understand it. Doesn't mean I can't rag on him for bad design.
And you got to figure, he runs a space company. He's making electric cars. He owns a mining. He bought a mining company last year. He's getting ready for Mars. That's why all the things. It's all related.
That doesn't mean you skimp on the designers to make it look decent.
They're supposed to look futuristic. At least it looks better than 90% of the cars that you can't tell what they are without reading the badging on it.
True.
You can go and, oh look, that's a Cybertruck. You look at that, it's like, well, it could either be a Ford, Chevy, or a Toyota. Because some of them, from a distance, the body lines are copied.
Yeah. At least there aren't as many direct copies anymore.
Well,
had,
let's see, look in China.
Well,
like the infamous Range Rover.
Well, everything over there is copy and paste. The people, the vehicles. rice, everything's identical.
Gonna get hacked by the Chinese now. What's it fun knowing everybody for one night?
As long as they offer to pay us, for our comedy in the finest Chinese game, we'll be fine.
Well, they already do that. I shop at Harbor Freight as often as you do.
Fair point.
It's funny how there's not another store in this world that smells like a Harbor Freight.
Although one of my desk drawers at work now smells like a Harbor Freight.
Because you stored something from Harbor Freight in?
Yes. I know the one person in chat is not going to find this odd at all, but I use a fountain pen for all my paperwork in the office with purple ink. I like the way it writes. Nobody's going to steal my pen, and no question whose paperwork it is. Well, I don't buy the pre-done ink refills. I have the big, glass bottle of ink on my desk that I refill the pen from. And for whatever reason, the lid on this bottle, I don't crank it tight. But if I let it sit for more than 2 weeks without cracking that lid, I cannot get it open. So the one day on lunch, I need to refill my pen. I have to do quick ran to Harbor Freight, got the pair of strap wrenches, the rubber strap wrenches, so I can get the lid off of this thing. And they've been in there since November. That rubber still has not off gas. You open that up, it still smells like a fucking rubber inside our Freight. 4 months on, and they were sitting out on top of my desk for 2 months, and they still smell that bad.
Just shy of an hour and 20 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, it does actually.
Wait, it would be tactical like an hour because we did have to welcome the starting screen up for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I guess everything must be working okay. My wife said sometimes the audio was being a bit sketchy, but that could be a setting on the computers or something.
Yeah, I don't think we're maxing the mic out this time. Or at least not as bad.
And I can't adjust it. The built-in microphone won't let me adjust anything. So, here's what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe the educated remedies will get figured out eventually.
Have a go, Kelly. Take care of them little ones. Don't let them eat the little black jelly beans. They're not jelly beans.
Yeah, I think maybe we'll probably start wrapping it up for the night too. I'll probably be back tomorrow again. Something fun to do. I don't know. Probably fly solo on that one.
Yeah, I will not be. We're at a birthday party at 5 o'clock, and then who knows what my night's going to end up being.
All I think I have to do is track. I have to run the dunk tomorrow. And some options. Because I know I want to watch the race tomorrow.
When's that tomorrow?
The Xfinity, I'm sorry. I will get this right before the first season's over. The O'Reilly series, which was the Xfinity series, which was the Busch series, 30 or 40. They're at Rockingham this weekend. They put Rockingham back on the schedule last year.
Okay.
But, I forgot about the truck. Well, I get it's a holiday for some people, but they always have to, sometimes they'll have, like the truck race was today. They had it on at 4:30. It's like, okay, I guess for some people it's a holiday and they probably were off. But they did this earlier in the year, I think the Daytona weekend, and it's like, most people work till 5 o'clock. And in the case of Daytona, you're in a track with ice. Why didn't the race start at like 6? Or maybe it wasn't Daytona, because that race was at night. Oh, they only had 4 truck races, so it was like a 2-week off breaking the schedule last week.
Oh.
But that Cletus McFarland that's on YouTube that I
Yeah.
watch, now he's making his O'Reilly series debut tomorrow. He's going to be driving the 33 car for Richard Childress. Supposedly his contract was for $1. He just wants the seat experience to drive a car.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, but I love the people who are giving him shit. They're all like, well, you don't have this or you don't have this. Like, you got to get experience by driving. It's
And
like,
he probably has more actual wheel time than some of these regular drivers do.
it's like I said to Cass. I'm like, you remember Tony Stewart, right? He went from Cup Series to now he does drag racing. Well, Cletus is just doing the reverse. Cletus has been a drag racer. I mean, he might not have been NHRA, but he's got the credit behind him for being a decent drag racer. He has a speed record for a stick shifted bias ply drag car at 240 miles an hour, and now he's selling that car because it officially scares him. Which, don't ask what the price tag of the car is.
Yeah, it's got to be 7-figure.
No, close. It's $475. But it's a hand-built chassis with the best Penny Pro Mod motor you can drop in it.
I mean, I've driven really fast. I don't mind fast, but there's a limit of no.
I like how Tony Stewart put it when he first started drag racing. He goes, those cars are so fast, you have to be able to think ahead of it. And that coming from a guy who's driven anything with wheels and a motor.
The fastest I've ever driven was about 182.
No, I don't think I've ever gone close to that.
I could have pushed that car faster, but I was running out of road. Contrary to popular belief, there are speed limits on the Autobahn.
Yeah, around the cities.
Yeah, I was screaming up on Munich pretty fucking fast.
And the only reason they have those is because of the traffic congestion in modern days.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say, boss?
We'll call this one good.
Good first show, I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
So, for the two other people that are still in chat,
I have 3.
yeah, one of them's me.
Oh.
And one's Cassie. So I'm guessing Mike. I won't be around all the time. I'll be here.
I think we have to get our other buddy Jake here.
Oh, good lord. You want to get him banned off YouTube entirely? You and Jake?
Oh, let's put it this way. We have a chat between the 3 of us that we call the Barstool of Evil, and most of the time it lives up to that moniker.
Yeah, it does.
If anyone at NSA is monitoring a chat, it's probably that one. We probably have our own server in the room somewhere.
Yeah, and they come to us whenever they need a good laugh.
All right.
Have a good one, folks.
I think we're going to call it there for tonight. See some of y'all tomorrow if I decide to pop back on again. Have a good one. Enjoy your holiday if I don't get to see you again. Peace. Oh, my mouth's not working. There we go.